Alright. I want to sit down for a second. I keep hitting my head on that roof. We overhit this park in Wheat Ridge. I don't even know what the hell this park's called, but I drive by it all the time. And it looks cool. So we're going to take out Untitled Talion BBC. We're going to run this here real quick. So I've got, actually come in just comparing the two batteries. All three of them obviously Hoovo. Well, we've got the 6,000 milliamp hour 100C and the 5,200 milliamp hour 60C. And in my bag here should have, yes, a new GNSS tracker. So we're gonna do some performance analyzing, and also keep an eye on the temps and all that. Had to reset gear mesh, but we're running 2550 on the Max 6 1650 kV combo. Some of y'all already know. Let's go ahead and take the top off so you guys can see what's underneath the hood. But this thing's pretty ready. But M2C chassis, hand shock towers, got the nuts and bolts for the body mounts, of course the stock walls and battery tray, you know, center brace, but hot racing center braces. I went with the GPM center diff mount and motor mount, Savox servo with hot racing mount as well, and also went with the hot racing steering bell crank since I broke that the other day. Then T-bone front bumper and rear wheelie bar, and you see the GoPro on there. The 50mm Team Brood fan got on both the ARRMAs now. But yeah, this thing ready to go. So let's go ahead and throw a battery in here and have some fun. So we're gonna start with that 5,200 milliamp hour. The 60C looks like everything's still booting up here. We got GPS satellites. Cool. Let's go ahead and throw this on. Throw the camera on my noggin. Ooh, this thing hauls ass. And I do like these GPM shocks. A lot of people talk trash about GPM and Integy and all that. In all honesty, every brand has something that's good and something that sucks. And everything can break. If you drive it right. Yeah, this thing's nasty. All the EXP diffs, front, rear, center. Woo! GPM shocks with a TLR. The 100 weight shock fluid, so slightly heavier than stock Talion fluid. But woo, man, this thing's nasty. Ah, flipped it. Ah, walk of shame. It definitely handles different though with the EXP diffs and this fluid this way here. So I got 60,000 Centistoke CST front and rear, and then a million CST in the center. And I mean, it handles well, but it's different. I think I just got a goose turd. Yep, goose turd in my shoe. That's nasty. We're gonna do a quick temp check. Pull my britches up first though. $107. That fan doing its job. 116, 118. Yeah, so we're good. Gear mesh is solid. The teeths work. We're not over geared. Ooh-wee. This thing's nasty. Hold on, let's do a little flyby here. It was damn near full tilt. I got scared. Yeah, I like this park actually. Lots of space. Woo! I almost hit that shit. The one thing sitting in the middle of the field, not moving, almost cleaned it up. Yeah, changing that steering wheel crank was a good idea. Well, I had to, but instead of going to stock, I went with that aluminum, and I'm glad I did. And then tighten up the spring with a couple shims. So now she handles. All right, so let's see here. We're gonna go from here. We'll get a good run here. Come down this way. Battery. And there's benches. So I just full tilted that battery. Did not thermal, so we're gonna check these temps real quick. Shouldn't have done that on the table. I probably should have set up some kind of good comparison as far as like 0 to 60 and all that. We're just gonna see off the top speed. We'll do the test again, but you're gonna have to just go off my word for performance. If I tell you the other one feels punchier, you're just gonna have to believe me. So 137, 137, 138. All right. I gotta find, see if I can find a higher temp than that. So basically 140 after beasting a battery. Let's go ahead and see the numbers. Stop. Read. 57. It wasn't full tilt, so it'll do at least 60 on grass. Like that's stupid. Y'all can't see my smile, but right now I'm cheesing. Let's see here. Ooh, she warm. Slightly swollen. A little bit of puffing. That battery's been used for a little bit. The other two Hoovos are new. This one, it's only a month or two old, actually. These have less than 3 full cycles on them. Less than 4. I don't think I've run them 3 times, but these are new. And the reason I'm going Hoovo, well, to put it bluntly, like I have the smart charger, but my Spektrum batteries, every one of them at this point has had some issue, whether it puffed up or all my 6S batteries have lost a cell. Like every one of my Spektrum ones. The last one, I'm gonna see if I can get warrantied. Can't talk and do things at the same time. I'm gonna see if I can get warrantied, just because it's only 5 months old, and I used it exclusively on my Spektrum electronics. That one was only for Christopher Wallace, the notorious RIG, and that one, as you guys know, is running that 1250 kV combo. So it's not a charger thing, it's not I'm using it on somebody else's brand ESC or anything like that. It just was out bashing one day and it became a 5S battery. Let's see here, that's good to go and secure. Fire that up. And Hoovo was actually the very first lipo that I bought. This was 2S, and I'll be honest, I abused it. Like when you first learn how to care for lipos, you're gonna do dumb stuff. Even after you know how to care for lipos, you probably will do some dumb stuff. Like, we're all human, we make mistakes. But that Hoovo battery, I thought I had put it in storage charge and let it sit for like a year. Nope, it was still at that 4. It was like 4.18, so it held that charge pretty well. But then I started using it as my go-to for crawling, and it's still, I can put it in the crawler, the SCX-102, and it'll go for a whole hike, or I can put it in the Tamiya TA05 and run that thing for whatever speeds it'll do. And I even learned how to solder connections on that battery, and it's held up great. Tried Zeee, tried Golbat. Zees have swollen up on me. I've had a Golbat lose a cell. Actually, I've had a Zeee and a Golbat both lose cells on me. And again, in their defense, it was as I'm learning how to care for lipos properly and creating good habits. But the Hoovo has stood up to my stupidity, is what I'm getting at. I'm not saying that I'm not going to buy other Spektrum batteries, but those are the ones I took the best care of, and they've lasted the least amount of time, especially this last one. So a little disappointed. So I'm going to stick with Hoovo for a little bit, see how they hold up. And we're starting at about 120 degree temps here. All right, so now this is that 100C, 6,000 milliamp hour. You know what? You got to start the tracker first. There we go. Woo! Did not want to do that. I think the tracker came right out.
and that's why I put the protection plan on it this time. Cool, and it was just in the grass. So we're gonna go back to that table. We're gonna reset all this. There we go. Whew. All right, there we go. Now we're back to running. Whew. Yeah, this motherfucker hauls ass. Yeah, I am happy with this setup. How I didn't hit that fence. I might have actually. We'll have to check the instant replay later. The not so instant replay. I think we finally thermaled. Yep. So it takes a battery and a half, full tilt on the 25 tooth. All right, I'll take that all day. It always does that when I'm gonna go all the way across the field. That's when I wreck or it thermals. Motor 130. The motor doesn't mind one bit. There we go, 150. Yeah. So that's why I've got another fan coming for the ESC. something that should move a lot more air. Because these little Winston fans, these little cheap ones I got off of Amazon, they work just enough. It's not very high output. So I think after changing these fans out, little fan upgrade, I think the ESC will be able to take a full 2 packs back to back with a 25 tooth pinion and be good to go. You know what, actually here, a little pit stop at the car. Alright, so the motor handles this very well. I mean, checking out here, bell end and heat. But the ESC gets hot. One thing I've noticed, so the Max 6, the Max 6 versus the Firma 160 amp, they're very similar ESCs. My Firma's got the cat pack wired onto it, the extra cat pack soldered into it, but it actually handles temps better with the same fans. So I'm gonna credit that to the extra cat pack, because the one I initially bought without the cat pack was about the same. They're very equal. But that one actually burned out, and Horizon warranted it for me, and it came with the cat pack wired in. Anyway, it's a long-winded way of saying the cat pack needs to go on here to help with temps, so I'll be doing that, as well as upgrading the fan. I'm happy with the ESC overall, and this thing can handle it. Like the motor, I mean, that runs, I'm a baby with heat. If I can do that, you know, it's cool. But 120 degrees, 130 degrees is about what that gets to. I don't think I've had that much over 150, 160, if at all. Like, this motor handles it, especially with this ESC. And I like this Brood fan. I've been running 230 millimeters, but they both went out on me, and it was 30 bucks to replace both of them, or 25 to do the 150 millimeter. And I like this one, so I'm gonna keep that way. Keep the big boy. But I've got a 35 coming for this one. Should be here any day now. Also aluminum. So hopefully I have this all ready to go and handle these temps here soon. Let's go and finish this battery out though. You know what? I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna play around with drag mode a little bit. Is this even recording? I could be talking to myself. Oh, it's recording. There we go. Stop. Read. What speed is it? 61. All right, so that 100C gave me a bit more speed. That, or I just got a little bit more ballsy. But 61 miles an hour. I think, on grass. And still wasn't full tilt, to be honest. So drag, speed, start at 0. All right, let's see what that did. Connected, stop, read. Didn't get it, oh well. Track, start. Let's just have some fun. Got kids and dog watching. Let's have a good time. And I got one more battery. Something the parents will have to buy for their kids now. Woo! Kids are cool. Woo, this thing boogies. Ooh, we're going to go with some belted tires here soon. Just can't quite hit full throttle. Whoop, battery. Let's change that out. Fix my britches first. And pause this. Pause. Alright, actually I'm going to bring this camera back on so y'all can see what temps we're looking at. So just in case any of y'all are looking at buying a Max 6 combo and Italian and all that and trying to bite my style a little bit, I don't blame you. You might want to do what I did. Or something similar. Go. Everything's still intact. Sweet. Alright, quick temp check. There was that 147 I saw in there. It's almost 150. And 152 at the ESC. So like I said, the ESC gets warm, motor doesn't seem to care. All right. If I get this one through here though and nothing breaks, this will, and well, since I've been in this hobby, this will be the longest or the most battery packs I've gone through without breaking anything ever. So while I'm doing that, letting it cool, let's check these stats. Stop. Read. 57. So that 61 wasn't necessarily battery. That was probably just a bit of more eagerness to hold the throttle down. All right. That one's hot, but it's still firm. No swelling. There we go. You big dummy, why'd you put the control in the bag? There we go. Yeah, next upgrade for this one is going to be belted tires, because everything else on the chassis is just cosmetic at this point. Glare for all of you. Oh, that bell crank is so much nicer with the aluminum upgrade and the shims in the spring. Turns when I want it to. Yeah, belted tires is really the next step. Now, I'm going to assume that, boys and girls, was a thermal shutdown. because it was. And we're gonna call it a day. Yeah, this thing boogies.